Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to share my knowledge on the king and the queen. There are two kings and two queens, one for each side, and the queen is worth 9 points and the king is worth infinity points, because if you lose a king, you're done with the game. You have lost the game. So that's why it is the most important piece of the board. And while the queen is the most dangerous piece on the board, because it is basically like a rook, which is 5 points, and a bishop, which is 3 points combined, but that makes 8. So probably adding a 1 pawn will make up the queen, because the rook moves horizontally and vertically, and the bishop moves just diagonally, and the queen does both. It moves horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. So let me show you how the queen moves by doing a few quick moves and showing you. Okay, so the queen has came out. When I can move over here, also I can move horizontally and vertically. So the queen has the power of the rook and the bishop, which is really good. And also another quick thing that you need to keep in mind: do not bring the queen out too early. Like I said in the rook video, don't bring out the rook too early, because this is like a precious piece that you should bring out later in the game. If you bring it out early, they might attack the queen with the pawn, the rook, the knight, and the bishop, which are low ranking. Like they don't have as much points as the queen. The queen is worth 9 points. The rook and the bishop together don't even make 9 points. So many players that bring out the queen early and lose it, they get devastated. They start making random moves. They go into autopilot, doing whatever they want. And whenever doing that, you're probably going to lose. You could win without the queen, but many players, they just don't like losing their queen because it's so strong. Also, if an intermediate player or even an advanced player just gives you a queen randomly, putting the queen out there without any help, don't accept it immediately, because there might be a plot behind it. They might be tricking you, making a sacrifice to get more points, more better position and all. So just be careful on that. There might be a poison jar attached to the queen. Okay, on to the king. Let's make few quick moves to show you how the king moves. The king moves somewhat like the queen, like the rook and the bishop, but it moves like that, like horizontally, vertically, and diagonally, but only one step at a time. So the king can't move multiple steps like the queen, zooming across the board. It can go any direction. It can even go backwards, but only one step at a time. So as you can see here, the king moves only one step at a time. It's not in his power to move more steps. Okay. Also, do not bring out the king too early. Like I said about the rook and queen, if you bring the king out too early, it is probably the dumbest move of chess history, because bringing it out too early means it's vulnerable, and the opposite team can easily attack it with the bishop, rook, even the knight. And if you bring the king out too early, they will bring the queen out to checkmate it. It will be like a gift to them. So keep in mind, don't do that. Okay, now I've told about the king and the queen. Now I'm going to show you one of the most common checkmate, the king and queen checkmate. And whoa, and the board has changed. There's only 3 pieces now: 2 king and 1 queen. And the black king is in the center of the board, while the white king and queen are in their original position. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the king and queen checkmate. So first, what you want to do, you need to be like a knight space. The queen has to be a knight space between the king. So if the queen was a knight, it would be directly aiming for the king. So if the king move to the side. 1 minute. Why is it not moving? Okay, yeah. So the queen needs to maintain that space, that knight space, and the king needs to move again. Okay, the queen still maintains the knight space. Okay, see, the queen is a knight's jump away from the king. And doing this, the queen will, as you can see, the queen will make the box smaller. So you could make an imaginary line, and you can see that the queen is making the imaginary line smaller and smaller as the king moves. If the king moves down there, the queen will keep that same distance and shrink the box of the spaces that king can move. The king does not want to go near the corner, because if it goes to the corner, it is going to get checkmated. Now it's on the last row. So now you need to be careful. As the king goes to the corner, if you move the queen to the next space, like the knight distance away, you will actually not win. You will make a stalemate, because also called as a draw, because the king has no space to move, and it cannot move other pieces. The black cannot move other pieces, as you can see here. Stalemate. So that is not a good move. So let's come back. Now what have I done? Okay, so now you need to bring the king closer. The black king will be moving to those two spaces, and this will not be a stalemate, because the white king is actually moving position. Okay, one more time, and the king is in place, and the black king comes out and checkmate by the white queen. Player 1 wins. So this is basically the king and queen mate. It is one of the simplest mate there is in game. So if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be a great help. Thank you and bye.